is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Seminoles will kick it away to start. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Got the big fellas out there, a three tight end look on 1st and 10. Goes to the option. Now the toss. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Right back to him on the ground. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
To the ground to try to move the chains. He didn't get it. Not only that, he lost yardage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Power football with the run. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Noles can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Davis looking to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Man, as a quarterback, you got to be careful. He's lucky there. If you miss high throwing over the middle of the field, oftentimes that results in interception. So lucky that ball was incomplete.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. The Seminoles will punt this one away. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. They are backing up their pregame words. Their first drive of the game, 4th down in their own end, and they're going for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Looking for a deep man. Makes the grab, he's got a first down. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
Well, that tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. 4th down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
Just keep slinging it. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And they got to protect their quarterback better up front. They got to give him a little bit more time to make some damage down the field. But look at this. Here they go. No huddle, back on the line, make the defense communicate.
Touchdown, Knowles! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. Receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. And here's the return. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. He picked up a big chunk of yardage there, and there will be Irish jigs going in the stands.
Yeah, and a lot of excitement. If they can find these down-the-field explosive plays and find a wide receiver out there they can depend on, this offense can really explode and take off to a new level.
Not a lot of room there. He'll pick up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
Picked off. A rare misread and mistake from this quarterback. Bringing it back. He's at the touchdown, Florida State. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in the game.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. Big play for the Irish there, reminiscent of a Tim Brown or Rocket Ismail.
Yeah, and I'm glad you used a reference in the last 30 years, Reese. You know, just trying to find playmakers at Notre Dame, and Michael Mayer, obviously, in the recent years, was a guy that you could really, really depend on. Trying to find those golden Tates, those elite players out wide is something they've been missing over the last several years.
On the run, it's Young. Turning it on! Nice pickup there, gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot, but that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. They're going to ride this running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Williams looking for a man. Moving away from pressure. Complete to the right. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Looking to throw on first down. He's got it in the end zone! Touchdown, Fighting Irish!
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. They'll start this drive with a pass. Buys a little time with his feet. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there, I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds. As long as it passes the line of scrimmage, we go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Davis will throw. Looking to the big tight end. This time on target. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll go to the ground. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they start...
Breaks into the open. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's block and run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws it to the right. It's kind of like that hidden hat game. Like, where's the ball? I'm always trying to find that daggone thing.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Trying to take it back. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
I love this free safety and how he plays center field. And oftentimes, he's able to bait QBs into bad decisions. He did it right there. Made the quarterback think he was dropping one way, put his foot in the ground, got in front of that pass, and then showed you the reels, returning it for a touchdown.
And they did tack on the extra point. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Ole Miss is running away with this one, thanks to an offense that looks like it did when Archie and Eli were here. They're up by 15 over SMU. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recap.
Line room to the right. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
The give on the option. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Defense looks as if it's coming. Davis looking to pass. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone, and I love the vision right here by the quarterback, seeing the quarterback the whole way, breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job getting the deflection. Nice vision by that cornerback.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires into the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
On that 3rd down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. And with that field goal, they now have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
He's brought down to the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Here come the Irish, back on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Notre Dame has made this 2nd down play much more difficult after going backwards. Quarterback making adjustments. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down. Williams will pass. Rushes on him. He's going to take off. Out of bounds at the 17. Big pickup there, not only in yardage, but it gives him some breathing room. The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Wants to throw on first down. Quick completion on the out. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. So now it's second and long. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. On the run, deep down the right side. And he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Seminoles. Talk about keeping your eyes downfield and then unleashing one on a rope.
And having a guy like that that can buy time and beat you down the field with his feet, but also what you said is the most important thing. He keeps his eyes down the field. He's not looking to run the football. He can, but he's looking to do damage and make a big play down the field. Because he had his eyes up, he could do that.
Coming out with it, it's James. And he pumps it up inside the 20. Almost a disaster on that return, but they jump on it and they'll maintain possession.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Williams looking for a man. Just a short pass to the tight end. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Caught in the backfield. It's Young. They'll pick up the first down as he gets it out to the 27-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. It's caught downfield. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. Notre Dame right back to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Williams will pass. Throws to the wideout. It's incomplete and maybe a little too aggressive from this senior trying to fit that one in there.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you can tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Touchdown, Irish! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
That is exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And the extra point pulls them to within 3, 24-21. And before they can kick it, the receiving team's going to call a timeout.
Florida State.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. These DBs going to give a little cushion. Davis will throw. Fires to the big fella. Oh, he's got some space. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one. I think you're got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to have to give an earful to their guys to come out here in the second half and start making some plays.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the ground with the back. Shakes off the defender. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Just a few seconds remaining. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Finds a man on the right. They've got the first down. Mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Williams looking for a man. He's going to let it go. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They had the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic.
There he goes. He gets it past the first down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. New set of downs after the completion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there's a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead. But you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in the second half.
You're absolutely right here. And I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
On the move. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Man, oh man, that ball carrier was just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so your running back has a chance. Not there, he didn't have it.
Leaves it with the running back. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense will have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
Looking to get it in. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Third and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. The run from the shotgun. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I love the run game down here. I love being able to give it to a back and be able to trust him. Listen, he didn't have any touchdowns on the season, so I know he's wanting to punch one in. And down here, giving me the opportunity. Let me prove myself, so I love the big fella getting the football.
Davis looking to pass. Fires to the end zone. It's incomplete, and the defense comes up with a stop.
Nice job by the defense. Great pass defense, getting in the lanes, doing a really good job understanding they were going to throw the football in this fourth down. They played it well. Incomplete pass. Defense turns to offense.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
Got room to work. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And how about the awareness by this guy on third down, a scramble play. Everything's breaking down, but he never panics and also knows exactly where he needs to get to pick up that first down. It's third. I can't slide early. I can't run out of bounds. I'm probably going to have to put my body on the line here and take a big hit and risk that to get this first. That's a big-time leadership play by the quarterback.
Starting to feel a little pressure. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Williams will pass. Gets it out quickly. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually what
lofts one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back. And
turning it on! He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the 4th quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the 1st down. The give to the tailback. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Finds his tight end. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a 1st down.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares, problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Williams looking for a man. Caught behind the line. It's Young. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Makes the catch. It's Perez. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Looking to throw again. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
The defense has been all over this quarterback all game long. It's almost as if they know where he's going to throw. That now, the third interception he's thrown.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
And I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They've just got to do a better job finishing.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Going for the big play. Incomplete and very lucky that one wasn't picked off. And man, could they have used that? It'll be 2nd down.
That play call is going to force a lot of people to scratch their heads because you've got the lead late. Why aren't you just running the ball? When you throw, you risk having interceptions like that right there. That should have been picked.
The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
They're getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle from the loss.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. With the catch, it's Worley. How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the 1st down? The Seminoles are marching down the field. The give as they work on that clock. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Davis will throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Worley. And they're able to make the tackle.
Well, this defense is trying to find ways to disguise their coverage and mix it up to try to confuse the QB. It's not working. With that last completion, he's now got over 300 yards passing.
We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He is going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Collins. And they are stopped on 4th down. That decision will be questioned. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Caught over the middle. It's Richardson.
And I think the defense doing a really good job of understanding this is late in the game. It matters. Taking away the sidelines, taking away the middle of the field, making him kind of check the football down, go through his progressions, and make that clock tick.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Using his legs to buy some time. Running into the open space. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
It's the 4th quarter. Every second counts, right? It's a one-possession game. We're chasing the QB. He scrambles around, does such a great job getting positive yards, keeping this drive alive. We need to score badly. We've got to keep drives alive like this. Wonderful job.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run play action. He spins that thing down the middle. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And they've got the lead in the final minute.
Really good good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocks it right down the middle. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the clutch late score that almost certainly will be the game winner. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Out of the end zone. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Davis looking to pass. Sets up the screen. Got room at the 35. And he wisely gets out of bounds. The clock can be the enemy right now, and this offense needs to get some points. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil, guys. See if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Looking left. Complete on the comeback. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Knowles. And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. We got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Now the 2-point conversion attempt is coming. Just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Williams will pass. Under fire. He wants a big play here late. Turns it on in midfield. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the 1st down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
This is a shootout. Both offenses up and down the field. They're generating explosive plays. It feels like which team has the ball last may win, but give the quarterback a lot of credit that time because, again, he saw a beautiful look to take a shot into, and he throws an absolute dime.
Couldn't quite get the huge play on that one, but he goes out of bounds at the 37. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's almost to that 1st down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams